Welcome to Featherhead Harvest, wild food, Indigenous stories. This is our pilot episode for a 10-episode series where we're going to cook different wild game meals, both alone and with friends, tell some stories. Let's get started. Today we're cooking our Tomahawk steak from George Bay Meat Packers. It's about 2 pounds. We're going to smoke it for about an hour and a half and then finish it off on the barbecue. First thing we want to do is we are going to trim the fat off a little bit. We're going to wrap the bone in aluminum foil just so it doesn't get burnt while smoking on the barbecue. We are going to go ahead and trim some of this fat off just around the bone. This is more just to give it like a better overall look. And you could cook it with it on there and then remove it afterwards if you wanted to do it that way. Now we're going to go ahead and season our tomahawk. It's real simple: salt, pepper, garlic. I wouldn't say you could do necessarily too much because you are going to lose some between transferring it to the smoker and the grill. And we're going to add a bit of garlic powder. You do want to try and get it, obviously, the seasoning on all the sides. Now that we're all seasoned, we're going to get this back into the fridge, let it cool down. The cooler the temperature is, the better it's going to work out in the smoker because you're going to get a longer time in the smoke. If we go ahead and put it in the smoker at room temperature, it's not going to have as long in the smoker. So we'll cool this down, we'll get the smoker started. We'll put it on the smoker, probably take it to about 130 internal temperature. We'll get it on the barbecue and then we'll let it rest before we eat it. Let me make sure there's no raccoons in here. We are going to cook on high smoke today. Seems to be the most popular setting that I use on here. This is the Camp Chef. I think it's a 36-inch smoker. So we're going to go ahead and set our temp. Move it to high smoke. It's 220. It's going to take about 6 minutes to fire up. We'll wait till it reaches temperature and then we will get our tomahawk on. So we'll be back in 6 minutes. The smoker is currently at 220 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be about an hour. We'll check it. We'll probably flip it about 45 minutes through just to make sure it's cooking evenly. Right around probably the 120 temperature, we'll get the barbecue heated up and ready so that when it reaches 130, we'll sear it quick and then we'll let it rest. All right, we've been cooking for about an hour and 20. We did give it a flip around the 45-minute mark. We've got the barbecue warming up. If we wait, it'll probably finish around like a 116, 117. So we're gonna go ahead and take it off the smoker and transfer it over to the barbecue. We're literally just gonna give it about 1 to 2 minutes per side. The barbecue's at about 400 right now. We'll get back to you when it's finished. We gave it about 2 minutes on the first side and 1 minute on the second side. We're gonna go ahead and get it in the house and let it rest. Now that we have our tomahawk off the barbecue, we're gonna go ahead and cut it up. We've let it rest for 3 to 5 minutes here. I'm gonna start by removing it off of the bone, and then I'll be slicing it across the green. There's nothing special for removing it, literally just following the muscle groups. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer this to our new cutting board. Okay, let's go ahead and slice this up. The whole purpose of resting it is to let the meat reabsorb the juices. If we went and cut this right away, our juices would just be running off the cutting board. We're gonna finish this off with just a little bit of peppercorn. Finally, it's time to try it. Honestly, currently, this is the best meal we've made on this channel so far.
It's the only one.
I know in the beginning I said we're going to be cooking wild game meals. That is the plan moving forward, but we wanted to try this first test episode to see what's going to work and what's not going to work to give you guys the best experience. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to drop them down below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Featherhead Harvest.